How's it going, everybody? I am DeanoGTO, and today we're looking at the KV-5. So this is one of my games in this tank, and gonna be honest with you, this was actually like the first tier 8 premium which I actually wanted to get. But at the point in time when I actually wanted to get it, and I decided I wanted to get this machine, unfortunately it wasn't available for sale, and it actually had been removed from the in-game store, I believe, for about 6 months or a year, or somewhere along like that sort of timeline. So there was, at that point in time, I think it had only come back like once, and there was no guarantee it was actually going to come back again. People thought maybe it was going to be like another Type 59. So I was honestly just like, I was kind of sad about that there, because I always wanted one of these things and thought it was like so awesome, like just to have a 100-ton premium heavy tank. I just love the idea of that there, because it was a ramming monster and it could just destroy everything in its path pretty much. And the 107mm gun, much more my style than the 122 of the IS-6. But I wound up getting an IS-6 because the KV-5 wasn't on sale. And then of course, like 2 months later, the KV-5 went on sale. Immediately got it. And then the IS-6, which is technically my oldest tier 8 premium heavy tank, is like 600 games behind this. Like, it's like, I played like 750 games in the IS-6, whereas I played over 1300 in this thing. Just because, as I predicted, this thing fits my playstyle perfectly. I love this thing. This thing's awesome. Like, I love the rate of fire on the 107mm gun. I love just the brute force of it. Like, it's not subtle. It's just brute force and just rapid rate of fire instead of high alpha damage, which is what you usually get on the Russians. So yeah. So I've headed over towards the western side. Oh wait, western? No, eastern side of the lighthouse here. Now the reason I've done this here is because I've been trying to like mix up the way I played this map a little bit, because I noticed this map was getting a bit stale and a bit predictable. Because pretty much what happens usually on this map, and by the way, I've completely forgotten at this point how to fight a Chieftain T95. I thought the upper front plate and that thing was garbage, but then I remembered, no wait, Chieftain hull had really good upper front plate angling. So yeah, not a good idea to shoot the upper front plate on something that's really well angled. So that's the point where I realized, oh yeah, shoot the lower front plate, duh. So at this point I have two tier 8 mediums against me here, and they've both started penetrating me. I get myself stuck against a wall. I'm trying to back up as quickly as possible, and I actually think I probably would have been dead at this point if I'd been driving the classic KV-5. And you see me just kind of like look behind me there just to see how far away like cover is for me, just to see if I can like get some backup, because I know there's a 263 back there. I'm just like, if I can get far enough back, the 263 might be able to help me out here. Which I don't think he does, but yeah, it was just like, I think the potential threat of another tank being able to shoot them as well kind of dissuades these guys from pushing too far forward. And you see there, I start pressing help just to say like, yeah, I'm pretty much on my own here. I'm getting hit by two tier 8 medium premiums, and I would prefer to actually have a wee bit of support here so I just don't die. Now, super pressing is actually a really awkward fight for the KV-5, because KV-5's gun is a lot of things, but accurate is not one of them. It's not a consistent gun in the slightest. It's a lot faster aiming than it used to be, but it's not a consistent gun. You cannot depend on this gun. That's just not how it works. Now, I've decided here I want to take some hits from the super pushing just in order to get rid of this Chieftain T95 as quickly as possible. And then once I kill the Chieftain T95, the super pushing bounces a shot off me. And at this point, I just start throwing my weight around. Now, I know the corpse of the Chieftain T95 is right there, so I just kind of push the I just kind of push the super pushing over towards the Chieftain T95's corpse, and I don't think the super pushing realized just how much trouble he was in here, because he starts trying to back up, but I know for a fact from personal experience, those like rock walls, it's very hard to actually get traction on those, which pretty much meant that I could just kill that super pushing at my leisure. Oh jeez, that moment in that game was just like, I could not help but just laugh my ass off whenever I was playing this game. It actually took me a minute to realize, oh shit, we are losing by 5 tanks right now. Shit. But yeah, like that moment with the super pushing, I was just like, no, you go there. Just stay there where you can't get the gun elevation and shoot back at me. Just seemed like the best solution there, because if I hadn't did that, I would have died. No doubt. Super Pershing has more than enough pen to go straight through the front of my turret. I'm actually kind of surprised he had as much trouble as he did with killing me. Now, T-54 starts coming forward here. I'm just trying to look for opportunities to try and get shots into him and avoid shots in return if at all possible. So, 263 hits the T-54, I believe, in the side. T-54, surprisingly, is actually firing standard rounds, which is unusual for a T-54 considering its nickname is the Heat 54. So, yeah, I was actually genuinely surprised by this guy when he wasn't just spamming premium rounds at me. So, I don't really want to die at this point because there is still a chance we can win this if the 263 is able to just support me if possible. But at this point I get the feeling like something's coming behind me. Something has to be coming behind me. That bot shot 25 TAP has been unspotted for way too long. There's no way in hell there's not something behind me here. So I turn around and, well, that was the worst possible tank it possibly been for me there. Any other tank I potentially could have maybe bounced a shot. But, well, T-49, HE cannon really wasn't going to work. And the 263 looks like it just kills himself after I die. Which is kind of sad. I actually didn't remember that part of the game, but yeah. 3,800 damage, pretty much soloed 2 tier 8 medium tanks on my own in the KV-5, and got 3,600 damage blocked as well. So, I guess it's probably not much of a surprise that I came top of my team on XP earned in that game, but it was only a 3rd class mastery because I didn't manage to get any sort of epic achievement. If I had managed to get like 6 kills, or if I managed to get like a high caliber, then I would have probably gotten like a 1st class or maybe even the ace tanker in this game. But because I just didn't quite do enough, it kind of denied me that there. But I figured this was actually an interesting game to show, especially that moment versus the Super Pershing. I didn't really emphasize it much in like the commentary there, but like literally like my brain just immediately just thought, if he can't shoot me, I can survive. And the only thing I could think of to do was to like basically stick him against a wall, and sticking him behind the Chief in T95 wasn't even my original goal. My original goal was just to push him into the wall so he couldn't raise his gun like high enough to get shots into the R2D2. Because if he's shooting down on like the lower front plate as an example of the KV-5, there's no way he's gonna pen that. So that was my like logic there, and then I just noticed, if he gets stuck behind that Chief in T95, then I can just kind of keep him there and just finish him off just casually. So yeah, it wound up working out pretty well there in that situation, aside from the rest of my team just crumbling completely on the other flank. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this video in the comment section below. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and let me know like what do you guys think of the KV-5. I personally still adore this tank. It's not quite as powerful as it used to be because ramming has kind of fallen out of favor just in general with the game. Like the E50 and the E50M, those aren't really considered to be ramming monsters anymore, even though they have the potential to be ramming monsters, because ramming just, the maps that used to be great for ramming aren't really a thing anymore. There was one that was like sort of like an Italian style map. It used to be like a map that was great for ramming. It was the one that the T95 always got like it always got like Calabanos medals on pretty much, because no one could kill it, because it could just put its back against a wall and you had to drive in front of it in order to cap. So it was that map there. I can't think of its name off the top of my head. I'll probably leave a comment in the screen here just saying what it was, but yeah, let me know what you guys think of the KV-5 in the comment section below. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one.